What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this has been all over social media as well as the news outlets. Apparently there's a transcript, a supposed transcript that is going around in terms of the last bit of communication that the passengers had on the Titan sub before it imploded. So we've got a little clip here. We're gonna go ahead and check this out. I may pause it to read if it's going too fast, bear with me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and see what this is about. It's about maybe a few seconds, less than a minute. Let me just make sure my volume is up. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pause it right there. Leaked Titan sub transcripts, final dive. Okay. All right, so it says you're 15 minutes into the dive, current depth, systems check, please. Then the sub, systems check complete, all in order. All lights are green. We are 7:56 proceeding. All right. Now, sub means that this is the passengers that's talking. Top is the people who are up there waiting and overlooking everything. So the people up top say, thank you, proceed. Now it's 8:34. The top, it says 30 minutes in, update, please. The sub, all systems are functioning normally. We're in good shape, continuing our descent as planned. All right, let's keep going. All right, 8:36, the top, superb, proceed. 8:49, top says over 45-minute mark, current depth, confirm status. Let's see, 2 minutes later, the sub says depth at 1934, all systems stable and descent continuing as planned, happy crew. 1 minute later, the top says excellent. Now it seems like it's 9 minutes later, it's 9:01, top, you're at the hour mark. A minute later, the sub says all is smooth sailing here. So they're good up to that point. All right, now 9:15, top, you're at 75 minutes, depth, status, do you need to adjust velocity? 2 minutes later, all under control at 2960, no adjustments needed, we're enjoying the ride. Top said understood. That's at 9:19. 9 minutes later, 9:28, the sub says we're noting an alarm from the RTM. Now at this point, they're letting them know that, again, 9:19, understood. 9:28, we're noting an alarm from the RTM. Again, they send another message, reducing velocity, descent depth 3433. The top says understood. Do you need to ascend? This is all right back to back to back. They're not letting any time go by. 9:30, 2 minutes later, no change with thrust, the rate of descent is increasing at 35, going to release the ballast now, stand by. So at this point, they're releasing those bags or whatever that was. Top says yes, agree, release the, is it ballast or ballast? So they're agree, at this point, there's something's up. 9:32, the sub says no improvement, preparing to jettison the frame. This was at 9:32. 9:33, the top, affirmative, update when able, RTM indicator status. 2 minutes later, the sub says, frame jettisoned, multiple attempts needed, but starting the ascend now. 9:36, the top, multiple attempts. What is your status? RTM indicators, depth. So they notice that there's a problem now, because it's just like, wait a minute, multiple attempts. Like, what's going on? What's happening down there? So at 9:37, the top says, update please when able. The sub at 9:38, crackling sound at AFT. Right away, they respond, can you identify the source? RTM indicator status. 2 minutes later, negative. The top says RTM status. 9:42, the sub says, trying to run diagnostics, ascending now, but very slow. Sounds have subsided. Global RTM alert active, all red. 9:42, the top says, understood. Any codes, depth, ascent rate. So they want to know their status. They seem to be very alarmed at this point. The sounds have subsided. So they heard something. They heard a crackling sound at 9:38. I don't know if that's when it started to implode or something happened. Let's keep going. Let's see, a minute later, the top says, updates when able, please. Right away, the sub says, slow ascent in the progress, quarter predicted, unclear why rate is small, no indicator at 3476, aiming for the surface. They responded right away. We're talking it over with the engineer, stand by. 9:45, depth and status, please. What's the wattage on upward thrust? 9:46, reading red on the A power bus. I switched to B at 3457 meters more sounds, AFT. So now they're hearing more sounds. Oh my God. Right away they responded. Understood. Continue descent. Continue ascent. Talking to Carlos about power bus situation now. Stand by. 9:48, top. We're activating recovery procedures. Carlos is requesting wattage output from bus B. Status update, please. Velocity of ascent. Oh, God. We're not receiving you. Update, please. At this point, they have stopped responding. They heard more sounds, and that was it. 9:51, status and depth report. That's 9:51. 9:53, we need you to respond with status and depth. Carlos is requesting wattage update on thrusters. 2 minutes later, we're unable to read you. We're moving to recovery coordinates. Report if you read. 2 minutes later, please respond if you're able. That was heartbreaking to read. If this really truly is the transcript of them communicating, they knew something was wrong, and they heard sounds twice. My assumption would probably be, and I don't even swim, so I don't know nothing about no submarines or anything like that. The sounds, I'm assuming, was probably the start of an implosion. Maybe pressure started to things started to kind of move around. That second sound was probably the beginning of the implosion, and then they lost contact. That is really, really sad. Oh, God. Just reading that gave me goosebumps. Like, even if it was for those few minutes, I can't even imagine at that point their worry, their concern, and then boom, it just happens, you know. I'm kind of lost for words, honestly, y'all. It's it's horrible all the way around. It's sad. It was kind of eerie to watch, to read that and just know that that was their last moments. You know, they did a great job at communicating to each other back and forth. I'm glad that there wasn't any lag time. They were on top of it. They were communicating back to back and making sure that, you know, up until the point that they lost contact. And the people up top seem to have known, like, look, we're not hearing from you. We're going to go ahead and, you know, basically go into rescue mode because we don't know what's going on. And now we can't, you know, we don't know what's going on. So I can't. Like, I'm trying to, I don't even want to try to imagine, but I'm just like, they must have been probably terrified. If they were adventurous, they probably weren't as terrified as we normal people would be. But if you're that many feet underwater and you lose communication and you are bolted in a small contraption like this, I'd be losing my mind. I'm sorry. Like, but it's like at that point, what do you do? There's no way out. You know what I mean? I just, oh gosh. Oh, anyway, it's, I'm pretty sure we're going to be hearing a lot more. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you've heard anything, if you've heard the same, if you've heard different. Yeah, just give me your thoughts. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Doodle!